Alright, well guys, here is a guide to an OP tank build. Let's go over the stats. I went with 15 body because I like to have a spear as a backup weapon, and body gives you a lot of HP as well. Heart is there because this is my primary weapon. Heart is used for a single katana, single sword, and that way you will have also a lot of ki available. Heart directly affects your ki rating, and the tanks need a lot of ki, because when you try to dodge bosses attacks or something, then you're going to use a lot of it, and for those occasions you're going to need a lot of heart, a lot of ki, that is. Stamina is here because it reduces the equipment weight rate. Equipment weight limit is 100%, which means that you can't go over it. Some armor sets are extremely heavy, which means you're going to need stamina in order to be able to even wear them. Strength is there because strength is needed to wear heavy armor, especially later on in the game. For example, I just got some kind of a Kawasawa, I don't know how, I don't remember the exact name, and its requirement is 16 strength, because every heavy armor in the game requires stamina and strength to be worn. Body is useful in that case because if you decide to go for a medium armor tank build, that's also viable. Body and strength is needed for a medium armor, in case you didn't know. Skill, dexterity are not important. Magic is very important because this build relies on Nioh magic, which I will cover on later. You need a lot of capacity, and for spirit you need to unlock the bonuses for the spirits, which is needed for basically any build. As for the complete status of my guy, you can check it out here. Now, it depends what you want to do from here on out. I went for unlimited Omnio on my armor pieces and accessories, which is at this point at 17%, which is not much, but it's useful. You don't have to go there, you can just mitigate more damage through armor and through accessories. It's up to you what you want to do here. I like having some percentage in unlimited Omnio because it gives me more scrolls to be used during my playtime if there's a huge pause in between shrines, if there's a lengthy period, like lengthy section. Let's talk about the armor. Armor is there as you like it. You can model it as you want it. I went here for unlimited Omnio, and I went for evasion key usage mostly on the feet and leg guards. But as for the torso and the arm guards, I definitely went for unlimited Omnio, same as I did with the accessories. You don't have to do that, it's up to you what you want to do from here on out. Because if you're a higher level, if you're completed the 4th region, you have the option that you have this option, which means that you're going to have a lot of scrolls available. You can see the protection talisman, steel talisman, sloth and carnage. These are the 4 that you need, and I've also upgraded Omnio magic capacity, which is all the way to the bottom. That is needed as well. It's called Incantation Mastery, as you can see right now. So let's recap. You need steel, protection, sloth and carnage. Let's cover Guardian Spirit now. As always, you have a lot of options here. I went for Kato, the main one. Why? Because when you're using a tank build, your ki is really important. If you have a lot of ki and if you have a lot of ki recovery, it means that you will be able to block a lot of attacks. You will see in the video I can block till day's end if I want. Same goes with bosses, you can block most of the boss's attacks. This gives you a lot of chances on the ki recovery. There are a couple of other options here. You can go for this guy called Ili Nezumi. It gives you unlimited Omnio. If it gives you plus 15% unlimited Omnio, which is fantastic if you're early game and you haven't unlocked all 3 sections of scrolls, all 3 levels of scrolls that is. And I don't have every Guardian Spirit yet, but these are the 2 main ones that I would recommend for usage right now. And here are the scrolls that I've equipped. I've equipped 2 sloth talismans. It gives you four of them, which is a lot. I've equipped a steel talisman that gives me a lot of defense. I've equipped protection of all the protection talismans that completely negate damage, and all of the carnage talismans as well. So all protection, all carnage, some steel and some sloth. Why is that? Well, protection talisman that negates all the damage is used in combination with carnage. When you use those two, you will be dealing a lot of damage while being completely immune to the damage received. I've decided to test this build first on Ryoki boss in the Great Demon Hunting submission, which is a tough fight. In the beginning, before the start of the battle, I put the protection talisman scroll on to negate all the damage in combination with carnage, so that I can unleash a lot of damage on him as well. As you can see, I'm doing from 600 to 1000 damage per hit with a quick attack, which is a lot. And I'm safe from all the incoming damage because I can take at least one hit and I'm okay. I don't have to worry about it because I'm protected by the protection talisman. Also, I've used sloth on him to slow him down, which practically makes any boss a pretty easy affair. Here is where the use of defensive items shine. Right now I have a protection spell on me and I have carnage spell on me. Carnage lowers your defense. So the issue here is that even when you have the protection spell on you, it will negate a lot less damage because you have carnage on you. But that is alright, because look at the damage that I've received when I had lower defense and with the protection spell on me. No problem. This body die would usually, in most cases, it will kill anyone with the same level that he has, and I took it like a champ with lower defense. Now I've decided to use the steel spell. Steel spell raises your defense. It's a different type of spell. It's a weaker spell than the protection spell, but look at the damage. I've just tanked 2 of his shots without any issues. I've survived. I wanted to take, I did not want to void. I wanted to test out how much I can take. Right now I'm going to use carnage that will lower my defense because I want to kill him, and I will use protection right before he jumps on me. So look at this. Bam. Look at how little damage I took. And now I have carnage still on me. The protection wear off because it only absorbs fixed amount of damage, then it's out. Steel spell works differently. Steel spell, while it's on, will raise your defense and it will stay like that until it wears off. On to some more testing after this mission. I will be doing a submission level 84 and I'm level 87. So it's completely fair for me to do it, to try it out. As you've seen, guys, there's just a combination of spells that you need to work on here. You have a talisman spell, protection spell that will completely negate damage. You can use that against the toughest opponents, and then you use sloth on them to slow them down, and carnage to unleash hell on them. So you're dealing and receiving absolutely no damage or very little of it. In this mission, right now I'm mostly using steel spell that raises my defense, and you can see that I have absolutely no worries fighting these enemies. They do very little damage to me, and I did not use carnage here because I didn't have the need to. They were dropping like flies as it is. You can use also in this build elements on your weapons that will increase your damage output as well. As for now, I've decided to show you what a steel spell can do. Look at this. I decided to stand in front of this ooze thing and look at the amount of damage that I'm receiving with steel spell. Almost nothing. Worthless. That's what I'm telling you about. This spell is very useful. Very, very useful. It might not seem at the beginning. This spell is fantastic against enemies, normal enemies, that you don't need to waste your protection spell on. Also, in this build you can block a lot of shots without worrying. You can block till day's end and you will be fine. Your ki will not deplete. This is the final fight of the mission. Right before the mission I decided to use protection because I know it's good. It should be a tougher one, and I've decided to use Carnage to immediately deal with these mobs before the final guy comes. And here is he now, and I've decided to slow both of these enemies so they provide absolutely no issue for me whatsoever, and they can't do anything. I have protection spell on me and I have Carnage, that means I'm dealing a lot of damage, and they are completely useless. You can parry them till you want. You might have noticed as well that while I'm blocking shots from the big guy, I can block for as much as I want. It's not a problem at all. Anyway guys, that would be it for this build. Try it out, tell me in the comments how it works, and see you soon.